So you were led by God himself. An hermit, an ex-pirate. He seemed to be quite afraid to have a drop of rum. Even looking at rum made him sick and afraid. He didn't want to go back to his pirate life. I don't know what you learned of him. Not much. He was pretty cryptic about his role on the island. That man convinced you that there was a well of youth at the center of the island, and that by dropping the body of Pat the pirate, who was sick to death, by dropping his body into the pit, he would be healed and recover. So you guys went on with it, and you did that. You dropped Pat's body into the hole under that massive, humongous fig tree standing in the middle of a glade at the center of this big jungle, and God pushed you, rammed you inside that hole. You fell a big 12 meters, landed in the middle of a large room filled with scriptures and glyphs and friezes and ancient languages and whatnot. Everything give you the feel that you're inside a temple, an old temple, the temple of a past civilization, maybe the natives who used to live in the Caribbean before the white men arrived. No one really knows for certain why these native Indians disappeared. But now they are all zombies. What's left of them, those who are still here, in their ruins, in their ancient temples, are all zombies. The Caribbean is filled with stories of those Indians, and only a few have been found actually alive and well, and not touched by that curse. There are stories of Indians as well in South America, in other places. There are stories of entire cities of zombie Indians in the Yucatan and in the Mexico, in the Central America. Now, you find yourself in the middle of that circular room. There are 12 columns jetting up to the ceiling. The ceiling is made of rock and entangled roots that climb and gather towards the middle of the ceiling and climb up that well that exits up onto the glade where you came from. Everything is covered with ancient symbols of sorts, mosses. Just the air is there is natural light falling from the well, as well as from some kind of thin cracks in the ceiling. So there are those beams of light just pouring through the space, through the air of that room. And this air is filled with dust. It's musty and murky in there. And there is this green hue in the air coming from the light above. There are 3 doors. One to the north, one to the east, and one to the south. And you are standing. You took a couple steps back, steps back, and you're standing in front of this this central piece. There is a slab, a one piece, massive 3-meter diameter wide stone slab with a large jaguar skull carved onto it, with its maw open. The body of Pat the pirate lays down on it. You hear the kind of like the far echoes of the jungle above. That's it, pretty much. You're in one piece. The both of you. Raphe, you were hurt by the fall, but you're okay. Captain Ralph, you lost some bits of coral here and there. You broke. Some pieces of you are scattered on the ground, but very much unlive. What do you want to do?
Can we hear anything coming from any of the 3 doors? Or
no. They are massive doors. Stone doors, like stone slabs with inscriptions on them.
If we look at this central slab with the Jaguar on it, like if I look closely, do I notice if there's anything that could be pressed or moved or anything like that? Or
you try, you touch it, you inspect it. Nothing special seems to be happening, and no parts are. If there are parts moving, it's because they've been dislodged by time, by the humidity. Everything is kind of like wet and soaked. There are mushrooms growing in the interstices between the slabs and stuff like that. Little roots, you know.
And then if I look at the central slab or the 3 slab doors, can I notice any grooves like on the ground, you know, like if they had been moved or open or anything like that? Is it possible to see that?
Make a presence test.
Almost natural 20, but it went into an 8.
Nothing special there.
Peter got a 16, okay.
Peter, you look around. It seems that those doors are you apply some kind of pressure on them, would open. Actually,
Captain, what do you say? Should we explore one of the doors?
Try to push one of the doors open.
Which one do you feel lucky with?
Try the north one. I'm just guessing here.
I follow you then to the north doors.
Okay. You go in between those big columns. Have a quick look at the depictions over there and the glyphs. You just see little people, Indians possibly, you know, like waging wars on spirits and stuff like that, or opening portals, or coming down from the sky, crossing the seas, building cities, civilizational kind of stories. And you pass those columns, and the columns are around the room, yeah, and they're about like a meter 50, 2 meters away from the walls, yeah, from the outer walls. The room itself is maybe 15 meters wide, something like it. You approach that big stone door standing there with more inscription on it. You push the door, it recedes and slides, and in there, very much darker room, still some cracks, letting some light beams coming through, hit the dust in the air, and bounce on the floor covered with moss. And the room is empty. It's somewhat like 8 by 6 meters. There are some old chests at the very back of it. Half of them like buried under dirt and sand. Some trees as well. Some roots are growing along the. There are those ivy liana kind of style plants that are growing along the walls. There's no other exit. Apart from those crates, there's nothing much there. Loads of vines.
Can you check in the chest?
Be careful, we just try to open them.
Yes, we just try to open them. They're stuck here, so we just see what's in there.
Okay.
I guess
You can shoot one open.
yeah, I don't want to waste my ammo for that. But I'm a bit nervous because we just got thrown, down there.
Okay.
So maybe, if you open one, maybe I'm just standing back and aiming my musket.
I'll open one.
You approach those crates, Captain Ralph. Some of them are broken and just rotten. And but one of them is still somewhat intact. You approach it, open it. Inside you find expedition supplies, a medical kit, a lantern, some old dusty rations, no good, and 2 torches.
I guess we should take some of that with us.
Yeah. Take the torches and the medical kit and the expedition supplies.
Should we take one torch each?
One what?
Torch each?
Yeah, one torch each.
Let me add that to my inventory.
As you gather the equipment that you want, someone cough in the room where you came from. And at that very moment, there is a hissing sound coming from one of the broken crates right beside you. Just as you're packing your things, just wrapping your backpacks again. A huge viper just springs off one of those crates and try and jump at one of your throat. Whose throat? Let me roll. Captain FitzRalph, the Viper has chosen you. He possibly has a taste for zombie blood or whatever you have left inside, some kind of fluid. She jumps at you. Roll agility, please. Ooh, it's a 9. She catches you. She just grabs your neck, zack, and bites. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, you just take... You take 2 points of damage. And something goes into your system. You feel the pain of a burning flame just rushing through your skull and rushing down into your lungs, into your stomach. Your whole body in a matter of a second, in a minute, is just inflamed, totally inflamed. And after only a few moments after, you just feel completely fine.
You okay, Captain?
Take out my sword.
You grab your
So we
sword.
still need to kill the...
Yeah.
You try grab your sword, and you can't move. As you realize that you are actually paralyzed. Your body tilts to one side, and you fall head first onto the ground. The Viper still hacked. Yeah.
Sorry, can I grab my cutlass and try to cut the Viper? At least, like, chop the head or something like that, if I cannot remove it from his body.
Sure. Roll for initiative.
Party or individual? I guess it doesn't matter. Or
Yeah.
just party.
The same. Yeah, you have the initiative. Go for it. Roll strength. Yeah, attack with your cutlass.
That's 11.
Oh, that Viper just dodges, just recoils at the last second. You
Is
miss.
it still attached to the captain? Or?
Now it had to disconnect, and it's now slithering in between the crates and the vines and the roots and the dust. And it disappears in a corner.
Right.
Captain,
I guess.
And I'm still paralyzed.
you will be. Yeah, you'll be paralyzed for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
You can like grumble, like you can moan somewhat, but you can't even move your jaws. You can't move your tongue. You don't feel them. You don't feel anything. And your coral body feels like a ton. It weighs a ton.
Time for mercy killing.
Captain, are you alright? Grunt 1 for yes and 2 for no.
1.
Yeah. So is there anything I can do to help him, or is it just waiting for the poison to like dissipate? Or
Do you know this kind of animal? What could you roll to see if you have an idea of what to do? This is a palm viper. Usually it goes away after a while. You know, some people don't ever come back. I mean, they don't die, but they're crazed. They become crazy. You see his eyes. They are now, it's as if they are filling with black. Just the whole of his eyes are turning black. Captain FitzRalph, you lose sight. You can only hear echoes of the world around you, and you can't see or sense anything else. Roll a d6, please. Somewhat. You found yourself, Captain, in a bath filled with rum and with a host of naked women and bathing with you. Everyone is drinking. Around there are servitors and waiters, bringing food. You have, some nice roasted chicken in one hand, a glass of rum in the other. You have two women under each arms, and you're having the best time of your life. Is he still
a coral zombie, or is he his old self?
I don't know. You tell us, Captain. How do you
I'm
look?
human.
You're human again.
I'm human. I'm a coral zombie. I can't feel anything.
So you're human again in that vision.
Yeah.
That's right. He hasn't moved a bit to your eyes, Raphe. But he's breathing.
Okay. Because I don't know how the poison will affect him, right? I don't know much of the effect of the snake. I will give him my Charon's obol, my coin that can resuscitate if you die. So then if he happens to die from the poison, I hope that he will recover and maybe feel better. I don't know how to pass him any items.
It's...
I can't use any of my ritual, right?
Nah, you can't do shit. I'm sorry now, Captain.
Okay.
What do you do with the coin? You put it on his chest? You put it in his palm?
Yeah, I guess I try to sleep. Yeah, maybe in his hand. Yeah, and close the hand up on it.
Okay. His hands are just stiff, and you force the coral back on, in a closed fist, sort of like it just goes, and you force the obol into his clenched fist. That's when you hear again
from the other room.
Help! In the other room, Pat's voice yelling.
Okay. I'll tell the captain, you'll be all right. Don't move. I'll come back soon. And then I try to go back to the other room. I guess the viper disappeared, right? There's no point for me to try to.
No sign of the snake.
Then I'll go back through the door, and I guess I go slowly, sneakily, because I don't know if there's someone else with Pat around or not. So I just try to look,
Pat is on all fours, just puking, naked, half covered in mud, badly washed. His bronze body. He looks. He's a lot skinnier than what you imagined. He probably was very sick all this time and lost plenty weight. And he's just suffering, just puking everything he has left. And he shakes, he shudders.
There's nobody else in the room, it's only him.
No, nobody else.
That I can see this. Okay. Then I guess I run to him and then I ask, hey, Pat, are you okay? What happened to you?
Red. He sits on his back, he just turns, he falls on his back, he tries to grab your hand. I don't know, I feel sick. I don't know, I feel so bad. I'm gonna die here. It's hella sorry, but I'm sorry.
You'll be fine, Pat, you'll be fine. I have this medical kit then from what we found on the boxes. Can I try to use it on Pat?
Okay. Imagine that there is some kind of mixture that you can make a tea of. and that helps with the fever, or some kind of or maybe some kind of like poultice you can put on his chest.
Yeah, I just read the description of medical kit.
Yeah.
And it says stops bleeding, poison, infection, and heals D6 HP.
Okay, just like that.
I mean, that's what's written on the medical kit. I don't know if that's like I typed medical things in items, and that's the thing I found. I don't know if that's exactly what you described being in the crate.
Yeah, no, that's good. You give him that. Give
Yeah,
him that.
it's
then-
saying this presence plus 4 uses, so that
Oh,
means 5
nice.
uses.
Nice. Okay. So
But I can use one here, and that heals D6. I don't know how much life it is.
very good. Yeah, you do so. One use is gone, so you have four uses left. You mix a bit of water with some kind of powder that was kept in a pouch, and that makes this kind of like a gluey poultice. Apply it on his armpit, his chest, his temples, his forehead. And I don't know, make him. It smells terrible, man. It smells super. It's acid and bitter at the same time. It's just terrible. Plus, it's very old and it's maybe half gone. And the guy just like, you know, he's resuscitated. What do you call it?
Resuscitate?
Resuscitates on the spot. He shouts, you know, ah! I'm alive! I'm alive! And I have my revenge! His voice echoes, you know, between those columns. Captain FitzRalph, you're still in that bath, having the best time you ever had. There's a group of citizens of sorts, good English citizens, queuing to get autographs from you.
Don't wake me up.
They come with a piece. They come with a book you have written, your own biography. All the treasures you've buried. What's your biography about? What have you done? What have you accomplished? It's all in the book.
I was in the. Should I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a privateer for the government for a while, and I captured many ships, and I dueled many gentlemen, and I won most of my duel.
Nice. Obviously. Yeah, there is plenty of upper class ladies blushing as they get your signature on their copy of the book. Then they have another copy for their best friend who could not make it. Can you imagine? And stuff like that. And they get another signature from you, and this goes on and on and on. And servitors comes with pheasants and you know. Just honey, pork, whatnot, all the food in the world you can imagine, grapes, and of course grapes, and melons, and you name it. Just all the sweets, and the best food, and the best drinks, and the most beautiful woman, and you're the center of the attention of it all. Where are we? What happened? Says Pat the pirate. Where the fuck are we?
We've got tricked at. I don't know. It's some kind of temple. We've got tricked and pushed into that hole in the ceiling, and Captain is in the room next door. He's got poisoned or something. I think I need to try to go and help him. Come with me, and then I guess we go back to the captain.
You go back to the room where the captain is, and you see that he's moving now, but he's grabbing, he's on his back and grabbing invisible things, and doing you know the signing, and just he's having some kind of moment. His eyes are still black, fully black. You can definitely assess that he's having a trip.
I think he's tripping. Can I check if there's anything in this medical kit that would help with the poison? Or?
Yeah, I guess you can apply the same, yeah, to him. Try
Okay,
bring
then I'll try
him
to do
back.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'll try to do the same.
Yeah, maybe for poison there is a little fiole there with some kind of compound or whatever, and there is a little liquid in there, and you pour it into his throat as best you can, between his rotten teeth and his black tongue. And Captain, there's a servitor that comes, near this big bath made of gold and silver and whatnot, and that servitor, English with the twig and stuff, and the uniform. He comes in, champagne, my lord, and he hands you over a flute of champagne. You drink it.
Yeah.
You drink it, and it's the worst alcohol you've ever had in your life. This completely just shocks you. It outrages you. You enter into a rage, and you start to break everything. Like this isn't. This is just wrong. Everything was just right, and now everything is wrong. And you wake up in this rage.
Oh, Captain, you're awake? Are you feeling okay?
Am I awake?
Yes, you're awake. You're awake and enraged.
Yeah. Let's go kill something.
Well said, Captain.
Are you sure you don't want to rest?
What?
Are you sure you don't want to rest a bit?
No.
You just want to go and kill something?
Yeah, let's just find a way to kill. I want to kill.
Can the captain heal from the medical kit or not?
Yes, he's healed.
Or is it just the poison? Okay. No, I'm just saying because the medical kit can heal D6 HP. Like, is it something that he gets as well, or is it just the poison that is like?
But if you had XP's, HP's, where are you? Yeah, roll a D6, Captain.
Okay.
Good. You're back to full HP.
Okay, Captain, you want to kill something? We're following you.
Okay.
The Viper is still somewhere, so let's leave this room.
You look for the Viper or find
No,
another?
let's just run away. Like, it's a dead end anyway, so there's no point getting poisoned the second time.
We'll go to the West room now.
Okay. But the pirate, slender body, just he just walks and he realizes he's naked. What the fuck am I doing naked in here? Where are my weapons? Where's my cutlass? My dick is sharp, but not so sharp.
I have some spare cutlasses. I can give them to Pat.
Okay.
I don't have some spare pants though, so you'll still have a hanging dick around, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't need clothes. Take mine. I'm a monster anyway.
So you give him your trousers?
Yeah.
All right. At least
And
he
I
has
give my
that
cutlass.
and a cutlass. Thank you, my brothers. Now I'm equipped. After you, Captain.
You go to the West room. Try to push that door over.
That's right. Very similar door to the one to the north. big, large stone slab just slides open. It just goes. It's nicely down. It just like 5 millimeters above ground and doesn't even touch the floor. Just where there are some possibly uneven tiles behind, or a bit of moss or some roots or whatnot growing there. Though, so you need to give it a good push, but it opens nicely. You found yourself entering a square room. A bit of a lower ceiling in there. No more decorations. The tiles are still very much uneven and worn out, with mushrooms and whatnot, mosses growing in between in those interstices. That room is 8 by 6 meters. The ceiling is at somewhat 3-4 meters height. There is an opening on the side opposite you. There is an archway and a corridor leading out. It is very dark there.
When you said leading out, it's not like outside.
Leading away.
It's just
leading
outside
away.
of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a tunnel. There is a tunnel on the opposite side, and a door to your right, on the north side, and a door to your left, on the southern side.
Man, this place is a maze. So there's nothing else in the room otherwise.
The door to the
Of
north,
interest.
in front of it, there is a pile of rocks. Big stones have been gathered, and they're forming a mound in front of that door, so that it is somewhat blocked.
Say, Captain, why do you think people piled some rocks in front of that door? Is there
Maybe
something
there's
on the
something
other
there.
side? Yeah.
Were you explosives or anything?
Say again, Paras?
Were you explosives?
Do you have explosives? I don't recall.
I mean, I guess we have some powder for the guns, but I would rather use it for shooting. But I'm also wondering, do we want to discover what's on the other side of that door? Maybe it's like this last resort type of thing, right?
Maybe a monster.
Yeah. It sounds like, there's some easier things to explore first.
We'll go in the other door, the one that's open.
So there
I'm
is
also a bit... Sorry, go ahead.
no. There is the door to the north is there is this pile of rock before it. The door ahead of you to the west is an archway leading to a tunnel, dark, and the door to the south is a regular door with some carvings on it, but just like the ones you've used so far.
Want to go to the tunnel?
Should we light up the torches first? If it's
Okay.
dark. Do we have anything to help with that? Or I guess we can somehow work up a fire.
Yeah, you can light a torch. I won't be you have some flint and steel or whatnot, just like you used to make your camps and fire camps and whatnot.
Maybe while we are lighting up the torch, I'm turning towards Pat and asking, say, what happened to you after you fell into the crater?
The crater. I don't know. I hit my head hard on something. A bow or a trunk or something. And then I was in the best place ever. I was the captain of my own ship. And I sailed. But I sailed over an ocean of trees. I was captain of a ship sailing on a on a sea of canopies. We sailed and we sailed. And then there was this siren that song that song, and I answered her call, and I jumped on the forest, and she was a forest siren. We had this love story, the two of us. It was so good. Then she turned into a monster, and I lost
You have a
consciousness again.
fishtail.
Huh?
Did she have a fishtail? What does a forest mermaid look like? I'm curious.
Yes, she had a fishtail. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
She had antlers, big boobs, long arms, and pretty fingers. Lovely lady.
All right. And you don't remember what happened between the time you hit your head and when you fell into the pit, like 10 minutes ago?
No.
Apart from this exciting place, obviously.
There was this grandfather, this old man. I think he was chanting stuff about me when I was half conscious. He caressed me. I don't know. He put some stuff on me. I think he undressed me, or it must be him. I had a weird feeling about him. He felt evil.
Yeah. I guess he is. All right. Let's go and explore.
You light your torches. You see that there are vines and roots growing along the walls and up onto the ceiling. They populate the entirety of the ceiling, and you have cracks, small cracks in between where light beams fall into that musty air. Everything smells mushroom and damp. You march and stomp on broken bones. Your steps, just you tramp on cracked bones, and there's this sound. You approach the other opening. There's this tunnel leading away. You walk for.
Yes.
You enter.
I take my axe in my other arm. My other hand.
Yeah.
I have the torch in one and the axe in the other, because if I see bones, I'm worried there will be some skeleton or some shit like that happening. So.
Okay.
Ready my sword.
Yes. Okay. And you go in?
Yeah.
I think Pat, the pirate, is behind. His back to you, stepping backward and holding his cutlass with two hands and trying to take care of what could come from behind you. And every now and then he looks back over his shoulder. Everything all right? Where are we headed? You follow that corridor, or no more than, I don't know, I would say 20 meters. Who is, so you're first, Three Gates, Mr. Three Gates.
Why not?
Corridor is 1.50 m wide, so yeah, two person could squeeze in side by side, but much easier with a torch and a cutlass to be one after in a file, yeah? So you open the way. Roll for presence, please. Okay. You're started as you see a pit opening right in front of you. The whole width of the corridor has been dug, and 6 meters below, you put your torch, you can see pikes, and the whole affair is filled with skeletons. The other side of the pit is way too far to make a jump.
Okay. Just saying, guys, stop, so they don't push me in the pit.
What is it, says Pat?
I think either we need to turn back or we'll need to find something to make a bridge. But maybe for now we can go back to where we're from. I don't think we have anything with us to make a bridge. Maybe we can do something with the crate at some point, but...
Roll for
what do you say,
presence,
Captain?
the two of you. Okay. Okay. You peer as, you just strain your eyes to see as far as you can, just to check if on the other side of that pit where the corridor continues, you just strain your eyes to see as far as you can in that darkness, and you see the half tones of a series of steps going up. About 15 meters past, the corridor continues after the pit, and 15 meters past that, a series of steps ramps up.
So we are, Captain?
Maybe. If we slowly go down the pit, could we avoid the spikes?
6 meters down. It's hard to...
We are
that's what I understood, but...
Everything is very damp and slippery. The pit is at
okay.
I don't know. This is 90 degree. It's at a 80 degree angle, kind of like very steep kind of pit. And it's
and
kind
also,
of
if we go down, how do we get back up on the other side?
We'll turn around and go the other way.
I think if we want to go and cross, maybe we could get some wood from the crates in the other room.
Okay.
Like, being careful with the Viper there. But maybe we can make up some kind of makeshift bridge or something like that to go over the pit.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know what's the quality of the wood there, if it would withstand, our weight or anything like that. But we can, of course, explore the other rooms, because maybe there is like a ladder or something like that would allow us to go through. But
we first explore the other rooms first, then we'll come back and make the bridge.
Following you, Captain.
As you turn back, you see something glittering at the bottom of that pit, amidst the pile of skeletons and bone parts that are there. And you see gold pieces at the bottom there.
I think the treasure could be in this temple, Captain.
Should I take the chance and get some injury, and then we can get the gold? I'm a chronomancer anyway.
I'm thinking one of us could lower the other one down, then 6 meters is not that big. The problem is, how do we get back up from there? Because if you're down there...
There's stairs.
But the stairs are not in the pit, right?
Yeah,
the way I understand is like where we are, then there's the pit, and then back up, and then the stairs at the top there.
Okay.
So we need to go over the pit.
Yeah.
Not down the pit.
Yeah. Well, the gold is down the pit.
How much gold does it look like? Is it a couple of coins, or is it like
couple of coins?
Treasure type?
Couple of coins.
Couple of coins?
Yeah.
Hey, can we throw a torch down and burn those planks?
If it's damp, I don't know. We can try, of course, but we have 2 torches if you want to try.
It's too much of a risk.
What is it, guys? What are you waiting for? There's only death inside there. What do you see?
Yeah, I feel like it's not worth it. Like, if there was a real treasure, maybe, but if it's for a couple of coins, it seems like a hassle.
We'll go the other way then.
So you turn back. You follow that corridor again, or that 50 meters or so. Pass under this archway. You see this green haze in the air. The light of the day, you know, like beaming through those couple cracks in the ceiling. But it's really indirect light, so it's just a haze, and there's this green atmosphere in the room. So now, to the front of you, is the door where you came from originally. To your left, to the north, is that door that is sealed with a pile of rocks at the front of it. To your right, at the south, there's this next door. So there is this room to your this door to your right in this very room. The room where you fell, the circular room, had another door to the south as well.
And then there's the one with the stones in front.
And the one with that is somewhat sealed with the stones. So you wanted to try this room's south door, yeah?
Yeah.
Approach that door as carefully as you can. Try not to step on some bone parts laying here and there, avoiding, just avoiding. Just be as the least trouble you can for the environment. You approach that door. Pat the pirate just put his ear on the stone slab. And he kind of like knocks with his cutlass. Bah, that seems fine. I don't know. It's ground. Should we go in?
Okay. So,
Maybe when we are on our way in, I ask you, Captain, do you still have this coin that I put in your hand earlier? Do you still need it? I get it back.
and give it back.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Who pushes the door?
I'll push it.
Push that slab, stone slab. For a moment, your eyes get caught by the inscriptions on it and the little figures just moving between realms and dimensions, fighting their interdimensional wars. Those Aztec, Inca, looking all ancient Indian stories and legends, and you're kind of caught like that. You push that slab door. It slides nicely, and then suddenly there's a bit. It kind of like resists for a moment. You push, and there is a shloom. There's this sound like a wire trips. Metallic sound, swing, and you look to your left, and you see a massive boulder, a rock, hanging on some kind of liana, some kind of like makeshift, bundle of lianas attached together to some kind of, there is a pendulum with a big boulder attached onto it, coming your way, just from the left. You have to roll for agility to dodge that.
Is it only the captain, or are we all on the path of it?
Only the captain.
Captain, you have some devil's luck.
I don't know.
How many luck?
2.
He has 2.
Can I roll for that?
Okay, I'll tell you the deal is you'll take a D6 damage. Is this worth a devil's luck? Do you want to take the D6?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the D6.
Okay, roll a D6 for yourself. You are slammed, hammered between that boulder, just dangling down between that big boulder and the door that opened. Bits of corals just explodes, rush in the air, just bounce on the floor. And the first thing after that really just strikes everyone is just the smell of death, the smell of rotten meat. Captain, you're shocked.
It's like zombie
you just
in here.
fall down. You're soon on your knees, torch up, rapier. The room is a bit smaller, let's say 6 by 6. The ceiling is again 4 meters high. There's loads of vines and roots and boughs like growing along the walls. You don't really know if you're inside a tree or in a temple, in a human-made construction. The tiles in the floor, the way they are adjusted and disposed and stuff, this is still man-made. But it was made so long ago, it's been abandoned for so long. Nature is really trying to take over again. And there is, here and there, strewn all over the floor of that chamber, carcasses of rodents, rats mainly, big rats and all sorts of rodents. And on the opposite side, to the right, the wall to your right, at the far end, there is an archway, and absolutely no light comes from that exit. Now you're really just seeing stuff thanks to your torches. Roll a d6, the two of you. Edward, Raphe, your torch goes out.
Damn.
This goes like.
Do I know why it went out? Like, did something hit it, or did it just fizzle? Or
Yeah, it just maybe it wasn't wrapped well, the cloth or something. It just wasted, and half of it just falls down, and you're left with a burnt stick that just snuffs out, and some of the cloth fall on the ground on the wet moss, and between those rodent carcasses, your torch is dead.
okay. Then I guess I just grab my axe with 2 hands and follow the captain. I guess we can try to fix the torch later, so I keep the actual stick with me.
There's something that catches your eyes as you guys enter that room. You see a series, I don't know, maybe a dozen of them, small little golden statuettes, small little golden idols. They are really unceremoniously displayed, like every 50 centimeters. not really orderly, kind of like here and there, in almost in a line along the opposite wall where you came from. And to the right, this egress.
Do they all look the same, or
they all look variations of the same,
like
yeah,
different?
like little deities of sorts.
We can pick them up. I mean, it's risky, but
Are they gold, or are they just like gold? And like, do they look like they have any values?
They surely shine and reflect light pretty well. Even as if they were just neatly, recently polished.
There's some rituals going on around it.
They are displayed around, and this wall to the front of you, like six meters ahead, is the ground and the wall are sort of like connected by a climbing bed of mushrooms, sort of. And those statuettes are carved in that stuff, that mushroomy stuff. It's a melange of mushroom and moss, growing from the floor to the ground up, from the ground up onto the walls.
you pick one up.
Okay.
Let's pick one up.
Okay, you approach. To pick one up, you have to step on that stuff. And as you do so, it kind of like gives in under your weight and puffs out this haze, this cloud of spores. And that blurs your vision, and for a moment you're surrounded with this green halo of spores. Roll for toughness. Okay, that thing goes into your lungs, into your brain, through your ear, everywhere. Mostly you can feel it in what's left of your lungs, and mainly in your brain, in your eyes. Everything starts to irritate, to itch you. It's just like you want to. If you had hair, you'd pull them. You tear your hair. You take a D6 damage. What? 5 damage. Getting there, Captain.
I still have some doses in this medical kit if you need.
Yeah, this thing isn't going away. Is as if someone injected glue into your orifices, and that glue just made a tapestry inside you're just glued from the inside. You have this feeling of being infected. So you won't be able to recuperate if you take a rest, as you're being infected.
Can I find something in this medical kit to like flush all of that away from him out?
Yeah, you would need to have maybe more information. Paras, describe to us a bit. Does that look like? What's your reaction? You grab on that golden statuette. Just at the same time, there's this puff of spore, and you're infected. You're invaded. How does that look?
I can't see. My face is becoming green. Pus is coming out, and I'm moving my pistol to my head. I'm so much in pain. I just want to take myself out.
Mr. Three Gates.
Captain is always so extreme.
Yes.
Yeah, I run to him and then I try to soak him with whatever I find in this medical kit to remove the spores from him and wash him from all of that.
Okay. Okay, you find a little fiole, you make it sniff it. That will make him just have an extra powerful fever. He will cough super hard, and somewhat that thing will be ejected. You're not infected anymore. That takes a good 5 minutes for you to recuperate. There is 1 dose less of that medical kit.
2 left.
2 left? Okay, 2 left. Oh my god. And but Captain, you have that baby. It's in your hand. It's beautiful. It's a little deity, with very feminine features, but somewhat a pig head.
We'll melt it down when we get back and split it between the 3 of us.
Are you not scared of the gods?
No.
Getting mad at you.
I'm a Christian man. I'm not scared of the pagan god.
Captain, really, you're the fairest of all. I can't believe it. You want to melt that bitch down and share it between us? I mean, come on. This is. I am proud to be your crew. I will tell your legends for days and days and days to come. On my deathbed, they will all hear about you. Promise, says Pat the Pirate.
Thank you.
You hear a commotion coming from that exit on the far right, the right of that wall where the statuettes were lined. The right, there's this exit, just kind of maybe a bit bigger, like the entry to a corridor, but it leads straight out. You see the light of your torches bouncing, and you see it leads straight in an adjacent room. And you hear commotion from there. And
I
it
guess
stops.
I can go in.
It's just something slithers in there. That's it.
I can just go to pass my head through the opening to see what's happening in that room over there. Always while holding my axe.
Okay. So it's dark.
I give you my torch.
Okay. You approach that entrance, and you see that it opens onto a 6-8 meters diameter, somewhat circular cave. Not a room, just a cave. Somewhat the floor is even, although a bit roundish, makes this kind of like a cup. And the walls of that cave are just a natural cave. Stalactites, some of them broken, bits of stalactites on the ground. And just your regular cave ceiling, just bare rock, red rock. And in a corner, you see some kind of makeshift bunk. A collection of vines and lianas that have been prepared to make some form of rope work. They're being threaded to make a stronger rope. Somewhat of something of a crate being filled with something furry.
Can I identify what this furry thing is, or is it just like furry?
Bodies of rodents.
Okay.
And in a groove, just tucked as deep as it can, a humanoid shape, trembling, armed with a wooden knife.
Okay. I hold my axe high up, like if I need to hit, but at the same time I try to go slowly towards him and, ask, who are you? What are you doing here?
Saint Mary, Mother of God, protect us. Don't let the devil take us again. Please, Saint Mary, Mother of God, etc., etc.
Okay, then I shout to the others, guys, there's someone in here.
They come in.
The light of your torch, Captain, just floods the place. The smell just invades you all again. Like you can smell just the smell of dead meat. You see that someone here tried to make a life for himself. You see.
How long have you been in here?
Say again?
How long have you been in here?
Oh. English. English. Me too. Speaking. Me teach English. Me had a life before. Me never forget.
Are you here alone?
I think so, yes. They all died. We were trapped here. This was just the worst idea ever. Never believed in this crap.
You know Captain Jaguar?
Ah! Don't speak his name. See,
Did you come here with him?
This man is in rags. Used to be quite of a decent, sort of like his boots. He has eaten his boots, and there is only just like barely the soils and attached with lianas and stuff and vines. He had somewhat of an old-fashioned British ample linen shirt, and just his long hair and just beard. I've been here. I can't remember. Many weeks. They all died. And I'm trapped here now. Never could I cross the pit. I am done for. You too. You're finished here. There's no way out.
Do you mind if we borrow your ropes for a while?
What do you want to do with the ropes?
Well, cross the pit.
Where do you come from?
If you let us use the ropes, you can come with us.
Have you opened my door? Did you pass the altar? My girls! And he starts to crawl, and go on all four into the room before. My girls! What is missing? Niti! Niti, where are you? Niti! He calls for the missing statuette.
I show him those statues.
Niti, don't worry. Daddy's here. Daddy will set you free. Don't hurt her. don't hurt her. Give it her. Give it to me. She's so kind. She's the
Then
kindest.
give us the rope, and I'll give you the statue.
All right. Let's see your proper English too. Fuck you. Okay, that's a deal.
Then do you trust this guy?
We don't have any choice. And he seems like a good Christian man. I mean,
Does he? He's praying to some weird gods, like.
I think he was saying Saint Mary or something.
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit confusing, right?
What have you done? How you came here? He looks at the pendulum at the door that and the tripwire. He sees that that mechanism was activated, and he tried to test the ropes. Obviously, he put up this mechanism, and he looks very scared and inside the room previous. And he looks anxiously at the stones piled on the opposite door.
Say, what's your name?
James.
James. Do you know what's on the other side of this door with the stones? Did you put the stones there?
Oh, yes, that door. Don't go there. That swine is there. That swine has the flu or something worse. She breathes death. Necro
You want to join
swine.
that crew?
What'd you say, Captain?
You want to join our crew? We'll get you out of here.
Get me out of here. There's no way out. You think the other side of the pit is freedom? Forget it. I tried. The way's locked. There is a cave in there. And now it's hopeless. The only way out is in, where my pals could not manage to go through.
And where's that?
What do you want? What are you after? Don't tell me you're
Just trying to figure out where we are.
You're after Captain Jaguar's treasure, aren't you?
Well, why are you here?
That's why we came too. Oh yes, we solved the riddle. Oh yes, we were so proud. Oh, they all got sting. Yes. Come with me, I'll show you. And he tramples
I guess
out.
I follow carefully.
He grabs what was the name? Tinny. He grabs his little statuette Tinny close to his heart, and he tramples back into that room. So to the left there is this passageway leading out to the pit. Ahead of you, this door with the stones at the front, and to the right, the door that leads to the circular room with the 12 columns. He leads you in there. You come back, and he's frantic. He's paranoid, as if I've never been back since. As if he's seeing stuff. This man is having a total trip. And you enter that circular room again. Your single torch, Captain, is lighting the room. The light floods and against the columns, and you have those shadows cast across the walls. He tramples towards the south door. You wanna go there? You are being warned. This is as far as we get. We got the other room past this door. I made it out, but they all died in here.
What was in there?
A trap. A big door with some kind of riddle on it. My lads, they tried to undo the riddle. They stepped on the wrong tile. In a matter of seconds, they were all bristled with poison darts. Rendered them crazy. They killed each other. I escaped and closed the door behind me. Found myself trapped here. God, my mind is coming back. People, it feels good to be a... What happened to you? He looks at Pat. Pat is still kind of like blemish, barely dressed up, barely dressed and stuff. Don't mind me. I'm just Pat the pirate. I'm just an extra here. They're the main cast. Talk to them. Don't tell me you're after that treasure. It is cursed, obviously.
Yeah, we have nowhere else to go, so we might as well get the treasure.
We've gone this far, right?
Yeah.
What do you say? Want to join us if we try to open this door?
Well, try if you make it. I cover your back. I don't know what to say. I mean, you're my only hope now. God, I'm thinking. God, my brain is back. I don't know if I can be of any help, really. I'll just be a burden for you guys. Everything scares me to death. Been here too long. I see stuff, I see too many things that aren't real. Or are they?
You wait here with Pat, and we'll go in and check where it's up.
And Pat is like, I'm not waiting here with this lunatic! Captain! No way! I'm going forward! If I'm gonna die, it's like he's a...
Okay, you go. You'll be okay around here? Tell the guy. Ask him.
Well, James is like, I'll be okay as okay as I've been so far. No, this is decided. Tini, we go. Tini, it's time. You're coming with me, babe. And, and he stands in, making way for you to push the door.
I try to push the door.
The door slides, normal, nice, just balanced. Just the mechanics of it, the engineering behind that is astounding. It slides open nicely, and it opens onto a smaller, square chamber with much less vines and roots growing onto the walls, just mostly mosses, very damp, smells horrible. The torchlight just floods in. The first thing you see is a circular 3-meter round slab on the opposite wall. Could that be a door? The thing is engraved with glyphs all around, circular friezes on the outer rim, and a massive jaguar skull with an open maw, sculpted, looking straight at you. And to the at the bottom of the door, on the floor, 6 skeletons lay there. As soon as the light floods in, dozens of rats escapes and just slither and just go fill some cracks and escape. And that's what you're confronted with at this point. let's take a quick break, yeah? And see you in a couple minutes, as usual. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Talk soon. Circular door. Well, James says, this is the door. Oh, it's obviously a door. Massive Jaguar skull carved onto it. What seems like around a few rims are going around that head. Like a row of 3 rims. And with dots here and there, as if that was forming some kind of night sky around that Jaguar skull. Skeletons laying on the floor near the door. Careful, says James. If you step on the wrong tiles, you're as good as dead. Roll a d6, Captain. Sorry, one last thing. Roll a d6, Captain. Okay, what do you guys do?
Try to go to the door.
Is there anything we can use to, press the tiles but without stepping on them? Something we could maybe throw on the tiles in front of us without stepping there? Because if it's trapped, then we don't want to trigger the traps ourselves, right?
Let me see if I have anything.
I have Pats the Pirate's peg leg.
Ah!
Can I use these to step, on the tiles in front of me, but without walking on them?
Pat smiles at you very proudly. See, I'm useful. I'm a good mate. Go on. Trigger that bitch. And you go, doodle there, here and there, and surely enough, one of those tiles just goes, it recedes, gives in, and there is a volley of darts that fly from left and right at about chest level in an area about 1 meter away from the wall where the door stands. And that's it.
I guess just to be safe, all the tiles in front I still prod with the with the leg on the way.
All is good.
But I guess nothing else triggers, okay.
Try to open the center door.
You approach that 3 meters wide sculptured Jaguar's head just is looming, watching at you as if just it's just a sculpture, but those eyes, they're so dark. And there's the holes instead of these eyes, as if something was staring at you from there. I'm not sure I want to do that. Ginny, stay with me. Stay close. Roll for presence, the two of you. The slab is it's round, it's 3 meters wide. The skull is in the middle. There is a set of 3 rims made of stone, yeah? Like planes, like skies, all around it. Form like 3 layers. And between the center slab, the center disc, and the 3 rims, they are punctured in the stone, engraved like symbolic stars here and there in the main center disc and in each of those rims as well.
Can we rotate all of them separately, or
you can?
Do they rotate?
You can.
So, Captain, do you remember what the night sky looks like? Should we try to rotate the disc to, align them to look like the stars?
Okay. Yeah.
You do that for a while. Trial and error. And somewhat, you arrive at a point where you can see the constellation of the bear again forming.
Yeah, I guess we want to rotate to, have them aligned, just like on our map.
And when this happens, at this very moment, there is a thump somewhere, deep in the structure. It goes. Nothing moves. You look again at the constellation of the bear. You kind of like tilt your head, you look at the bear. Could as well look like any kind of quadruped, really. Could be a bear. For people who see a bear, but for people who could see a lion in there, they could see, any other kind of quadruped, maybe even a jaguar.
What do we do, Captain?
Can we press the Jaguar statue?
You press, and the door gives in. This massive 3-meter disc just slides, glides, and opens. And just there's a draft coming to you from a corridor. This big slab slowly opens. Immediately there's this, and you open. There's this air coming in moving your hair. Quite a strong draft with a damp, musty smell. Just dank, really, and a series of a flight of stairs running down, really far. The corridor tunnel leads down. It's going like really 45 degrees. It just lunges down into the darkness inside in the core of the mountain. And with it, some kind of a hiss that turns into a growl, and the growl turns into a howl. And this is like the most cavernous growl you've ever heard. Definitely reminds you of the couple times you've heard it before when you were on the high plateau, when you went down into the jungle, the bowl, atop the plateau.
Where, Jaguar?
Before we jump in there, Captain, don't you want to use a bit of the medical kit and maybe,
Okay.
like sew the open?
Yeah, in the medical kit.
So I have two charges left, but I guess you can use them both if that's okay. It's D6 heals.
If you want to.
I guess we. Yeah, you can use the second one.
Okay. No worries.
Now I don't have a medical kit anymore.
Okay. You drink those vials of weird liquid. It's very sticky in your throat and it plasters you from inside. And there's this French menthol mint, vapor that just runs through your whole body. You have a shudder, and you're invigorated and good to go.
Go down.
Okay. These stairs
James,
are...
Pat, you coming?
Of course I'm coming. And I'm taking good notes in here. This is legendary. This is happening. It is ours. It is ours. His voice goes like, ours. We don't fear you, Captain Jaguar. Show yourself. The stairs run down, 3 meters wide as the door. Torchlight goes, floods down, and you see an archway about 30 meters down. I don't know how many steps there are between you now and that archway at the bottom of those stairs. You go?
Yeah. I'll go now and check.
I guess I'm aiming at the archway with my musket in case something comes out from there.
Okay.
And I follow down the stairs as well.
Okay, very good. You go down those stairs. There is something at the bottom. Something is moving. Something isn't settled. You hear a growl, a moan, and a bark.
Captain, do you want to try to talk or should I just shoot?
And that thing rushes up. You're about midway, 15 meters down, and 15 meters below you, the silhouette of a dog rushes up.
Then I try to shoot at it as it comes.
Okay, roll for presence. You miss. Oh. You re-rolled that?
No, I don't.
It was Captain that rolled.
Ah,
but I guess
Captain,
you're not shooting Captain.
Do you have a normal flintlock?
No, I have the.
You use
I
your...
didn't shoot. I thought you said roll for presence. I didn't shoot.
Yeah,
okay.
it was for me because I was shooting.
That was the presence roll for shooting the musket. Do you have a some kind of feature as a buccaneer that makes your shooting better, or not?
I don't think so.
No, you were a treasure hunter and cook.
Yeah, and then survivalist is useless, and then I have this bayonet.
And the bayonet.
But yeah, I don't have anything that's like
Well,
reducing the.
Roll for initiative. This dog is now on you, and your bayonet isn't doing. You're just surprised. You remember your bayonet, and the dog just jumps on you. Just I don't know what kind of dog could that be. The bastard, short hair, short fur, long fangs, and crazed eyes. Guard dog, It jumps on you and attack. Roll for agility to try and avoid the attack.
Maybe I'll.
Can I use Inspiring Leader for him?
Yeah, what does that do?
It, each combat roll a d4. Each of your allies may add or subtract that value from any roll during the combat.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, but I just rolled a 1 here, so that wouldn't help.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But maybe I'll use my Devil's Luck here. Is it worth it? It's just a dog, right? It's not Jaguar or anything yet. I'll take the hit.
You take the hit. Roll a d6. You take 3 damage.
Done.
It bites your forearm and is not letting go. Just.
Can I shoot it with my pistol?
Yeah, your relic.
Yeah.
Okay, roll for spirits. Very good. The skulls rush out of your mystical flintlock pistols. They enter the body of this guard dog through the ears, his snout, his ass, and in a matter of a second, this poor dog starts to wither, and it just shrinks and dries out in a yell, and it's nearly reduced to powder now already, as your flying ghostly skulls just recedes and go back to your. I know if you don't whisper, they don't come back. They stay. For now, they're in the corpse of that dog.
I whisper.
Cool. You whisper to your
Okay,
gun.
come back.
Cool. The little skulls come back. They're integrating into the flintlock.
And then after checking my arm, I also reload my gun.
Very good. Fucking bitch! And with his peg leg, Pat the Pirate just terminates the what's left of that dog. Hate dogs, fucking dogs. Hate dogs. I'm a cat person.
Chill out, but it's all right.
Yeah, this one won't be part of the legend. Say again?
There's a big cat, werecat somewhere in the, I think.
Yeah. Oh shit! Here he goes. Yeah, cats. I mean cats. I mean kitties. Yeah. Just kitties.
Jaguar somewhere.
What's next? What do you do?
Go forward.
Yeah, and I'm still aiming at this doorway, following.
Ready my rapier.
Okay.
Can I use Inspiring Leader now before we begin the combat?
I guess it's during the fight.
Oh, during the combat?
Inspiring Leader. Once each combat, roll a d4. Yeah, it's during combat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you go down that stairway, and you arrive. You can't see very much the torch. Just you go. The world unfolds as the torch goes. And the light now floods into a very big room, rectangular, possibly 12 meters by 20 meters deep, with flights of columns 6 to the side, to each side. Massive columns. The ceilings are possibly 8 meters high. Again, each of those columns are carved with those epic Indian epics. The tiles are somewhat. There is this dank smell, this dampness and stuff, but you don't see as much broken bones or mosses or mushrooms. Things are a bit more tidier down here. Those columns are about a meter away from each walls to the sides. Give really this ominous feeling that you're being observed, because they are littered with little faces and symbolic stuff that, you know, meanings, and it's heavy. But the room is empty. There is an archway at the very end, on the opposite side. Large, like 2 meters by possibly 3 meters high kind of archway leading out. And to the right, approximately midway behind the columns, on the wall to the right, there is a door. Wooden door. With metal reinforcement. That's it.
Can you open the door?
Did we hear anything from anywhere first? There was this huge growl earlier.
There is no predominant sound. Just the echo of Pat's peg leg. And you know, tramping. Making your way to that wooden door. There's a knob. There's a lock. And the door is locked. This big, massive, middle-agey door with iron, you know, reinforcements in there.
I assume we can't force it then if it has the iron things. We do have axes though. Can we chop through the woods or?
Can you shoot it open? Shoot the lock?
You want me to try to shoot at the locker?
Yeah, shoot the lock.
Oh, then I try to shoot at the lock.
Shoot the lock. At point blank. Thing just breaks. And the knob responds. The door opens.
What's behind?
Open that door. Come in with your torch, Captain. And you see a rectangular room. Not as well kept. It smells of piss and shit in there. As in fresh shit and fresh piss. Immediately to your right, the room is 8 by 4. An oblong room. The door opens to around the middle of that room. Ahead of you is a wall. To your left is a wall. To your right there is a door. Of the same kind, wooden, reinforced, with a lock. And in that room, shackled, are 4 human beings in rags. Just, you know, laying in their shit with some kind of remnants of small rodents and possibly leftover food, as if someone was coming once in a while to feed them. And
They seem alive.
they all breathe, and there some of them, 2 of them are asleep. Another one is just making, I don't know, is prostrated and doing some kind of like a madman thing. The other one just like is scared and protects himself from you. You know, he doesn't want to look at you.
You break their shackles.
Don't want to talk to them first? It's as you want. I reload my musket meanwhile. How do you introduce yourself?
I said, hello. Wake up. And you tell them to wake up.
They kind of like respond as if they were responding to some kind of order, you know, and they kind of like shudder into some kind of like kneeling position. They're on their knees. Yeah, yes. Anything you want. Anything you want.
You know where there's Captain Jaguar?
No. Yes. Yes, we know. Yes, please, don't hurt us. Don't hurt us.
You want to get out of here?
No. We are good. We are good people. Anything you want. We have no intention to escape. Please, spare us.
I'm not going here. Just tell me where Captain Jaguar is.
You know better. They still have not looked up into your eyes. You know, they look down. They're like, you know, subdued. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. In the shadow. We know too well.
Can I ask James if he knows these guys?
I don't know who these people are. I'm not sure if my friends were luckier than them or not. I'd rather be dead than in there. And then, oh my God. And he signs himself, Mary, Mother of God. And one of them hears that prayer, you know, and he starts to pray as well. Mary, Mother of God. And the 4 of them start to pray. Mary, Mother of God.
You break their shackles?
Well, this is a heavy-duty shackle with a, I think there's a lock. Yeah. Needs a big old badass iron key to open those shackles.
Check the next door.
Okay. You go.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get the key and we'll come back.
Okay. You open that next door. The torch light follows you. Those 4 prisoners just fade into black. You can hear the echo of their prayers behind you. As James and Pat the Pirate just stick close to you, you know. They don't want to be in the shade. You approach that next door. It is locked.
Is it wooden as well, or how is it?
Same kind of deal, yeah.
Just shoot it.
Again? Okay. I do the same. I try to shoot the lock.
Shoot the lock. Big bang, you know, the plume of smoke, the smell of gunpowder goes into your system. The shot echoes through the whole temple. The lock breaks. You can push the door.
Push the door.
I'll reload the musket meanwhile. Yeah.
You just nozzle your musket as he pours the light of the torch inside that next room. There is a whiteness. There is something just so bright as the torchlight just reflects and bounces against what appears to be white. It's not marble. It's just I don't know. Is it white stone? Is it stone actually? As you step on it, it doesn't feel like stone. It's grippy, and it's dry. But it's white, but bone white, not just chalk white, bone white, yellowish.
Is it just the floor or the whole room that's made of that?
The whole room, and you see that it's in fact it's all bones that have been like carefully just lined up and sanded down, and the whole thing is a cube, perfect cube. In the middle of it, there's a plinth made of the same substance, the same material, made of bone, perfectly like polished, sanded down, perfect angles. And atop it, a book, an old grimoire, on a sort of like iron stand, you know, like it's just like slanted, ready to be opened.
Can we see the name of the book if it's closed?
No. But it's made of leather, dried leather, badly strewn together.
Human skin leather.
I go to the book and pick it up.
It's chained to the plinth.
Can you read it? Open the page.
You open it, and a black tentacle, shadowy, immaterial thing rushes out of the book and then wraps your whole head. Just like that. And you're in space. You see the Bear constellation that moves and wallows, travels. The stars align, realign to form a Jaguar made of stars. They sort of like coalesce together to form this three-dimensional Jaguar made of diamonds or stars. And that thing just has only dark holes, like black holes instead of eyes. And it rushes towards you. You rush towards it. You enter this dark gaze, and you collapse. You drop down the grimoire that dangles down on its chain. For a moment, it just stops and lays against the plinth, and your body collapses. You fall to the ground. Roll a D something. What is it? Let's double check. D something. D20. Fancy. Roll a D20. Paras, please. Okay. You are there. You're immobile. You appear as dead, but in your mind, like you see yourself just shooting those black tentacles, as if you were aware of a power you never were aware of, but you have this gift now. You have just learned a new arcane ritual called Eldritch Tentacles. They will appear and attack up to 1d6 creatures of your choice, and these creatures will take d6 damage each. So
Nice.
to roll a ritual, if you cast under duress, you roll with a +1 DR. If you take 1 minute to cast, attack under duress +2 DR. Take 1 minute to cast -2. Take 1 hour to cast -4.
And then the way it goes is that you test spirits, but if you fail, then you get this mishap, and like something bad happens.
Yeah. Tasty. So I'll just grab that from Arcane Ritual, Eldritch Tentacles. Eldritch Tentacles. There you go, you're equipped. I just drag that onto your character sheet, Paras.
You're basically a wizard, Captain.
Yeah. Dark Delusion, return from the locker.
I think there's one rule though, is that if you want to cast anything magical, I guess relic or ritual, you shouldn't be holding any iron, otherwise it doesn't work. We haven't followed that, but
that's right, there's this rule, yeah.
might need to drop your sword if you want to cast one of those.
And you can cast D4 plus spirit daily, yeah?
Yeah, for example, Paras has 4 rituals today still, and I have 3.
Okay. Very good. You wake up, Captain. You see something weird happen with his eyes. I think for a moment, or for like a couple seconds, there are some kind of like dark, shadowy tentacles that just collapse back and recedes into his eye sockets. For a moment, his eyes are completely black. His zombie face, black eyes, destroyed teeth, black tongue, coral body. The thing rises up. Captain FitzRalph is back from another dimension. James,
Is that you speaking, Captain?
What did you say?
Is that you speaking? You had a weird voice a second ago.
It must be.
You're feeling all right?
Yeah.
Not possessed or anything?
No.
All right.
just the regular life of an undead guy.
I think for the next few moments, I'm careful next to the captain. Like I hold my distance a bit, and like I'm not really sure what happened to him. So
Captain, says Pat the pirate. He knocks at the floor with on the bony floor with his peg leg. Captain, hey, he taps your shoulders. You with us? You with us?
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you.
what was in the book?
Oh no, it showed me the constellations and the stars and everything like that. And it showed a Jaguar constellation.
Hmm. Anything useful in there? Should I read the book?
You want to read the book? I think it's a one-off thing. I don't know. If you want to read it, you can read it, but it's not very.
I don't want to. Whatever experience you've had, it looked bad from the outside.
It wasn't a bad experience.
I don't know. There were some weird tentacles in there.
At this moment, you hear cries coming from the room back where you came from, where those men are shackled, and like a terrifying set of 4 cries going on all at once. I think they were tortured the most hideous way, and you just try. You look back, you bring the torch there, and the light doesn't go in. Just the torchlight doesn't pierce that shadowy substance that envelopes the whole room. You just hear and like clicks, like and the sound of like chains that falls down. Then there is this roar, this growl, this feline growl, and all of a sudden the light of the torch just invades the room again, and that thing just across the ceiling and down the door back to the main chamber where the columns are, where you came from. That thing just slithered out and leaves the room illuminated, and you see the body of those 4 guys with their necks snapped. They're all dead.
Time to skin the cat. Time to skin the cat.
All right. Do you want to follow this?
Yeah, I'll follow and skin it.
Or skin the cat. It's for luck, huh?
Will you make a nice dress with the skin?
Cat skin bring luck, for sure, says Pat. You rush out. You let the pirates. You let the 4 dead prisoners behind. Rush after that slithering shadow gliding against the surface of those walls and the ceilings. Just re-enters that large sanctuary room of sorts. Your light bounces against the columns, and you sort of see something just slithers away from you down south to the egress at the passageway south. And silence again. And no movement.
Do we run towards the door?
Yeah.
Or the exit or whatever? Yeah.
You run through that door, a good 20 meters, big columns past you. You approach this large 2x4, 2x3 entryway, passageway, and that opens onto another series of steps going down.
Is it same as before, like same depth and everything?
Only 15 meters,
Like
not 30 this time.
Okay.
Same angle, going down.
You keep your gun ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Or if you wanna.
No, I follow with the
Okay.
gun.
And me and Pat
at
will go
the
down.
bottom again.
Got it. Is this excitement? Is this curiosity? Is this folly? You almost rush down those stairs, and now the torchlight floods into an octagonal room with entryways, passageways, archways on either sides. One ahead of you, one to the right, one to the left. This is like a good 15-meter wide octagonal room filled with scriptures and glyphs again, and alcoves with statues in each of them, 3 per panel between the so that's 8 panels, 4 doors, and 4 panels with 3 alcoves in each with ancient statues there, stone statues. The ceiling is pretty high.
Is there any?
And finally, there is at the center of the room, a very center of the room, a pedestal with rubbles, just rubbles, as if there was a statue that was destroyed there, intentionally destroyed.
Is there any signs on these alcoves or what?
Each of those alcoves are occupied by a statue of some kind of ancient god.
Right, there is a statue there already. Okay. Now I was wondering if we needed to put James' golden idols in there, but there's already some statues.
Mm-hmm. They're a bit bigger. Yeah, they're like meter-high alcoves with those statues inside. Clay statues.
Clear the rubble.
Paras?
Okay.
Clear the rubble. Clear the rubble.
You clear the rubble. You can make out like shapes, like part of an arm, a finger, like a split skull of something, Something was desecrated there, it seems. Now there are stairs running down each of the 3 other exits, yeah? One to the east, one to the west, to your right, one to the south, ahead of you. The passage that leads to the one to the south isn't like, it's not a nice archway. It's just like the looks like the entrance of a cavern, yeah? There are stairs, but it's not a wall and it's not an archway. It's just a hole in the ground. But those exits to the west and the east, they are properly carved and well arched and all that.
I'll go to the south. That might be his left.
Following you.
You approach that cavernous entrance. You have a feeling, you don't know why, but you're under the impression that each of those statues, those 12 statues, they just tilt their head and watch you as you pass by. This is just a feeling, an illusion to be under observation. You see a weird structure just profiling itself from the eastern exit. There are some stairs going down in the east. And some kind of like architectural construction in the next room there. The room to the right, there is no indication. There's just pure darkness from there. And the cavernous entrance ahead of you is as well pure darkness. The torch somewhat just pierces through, but at this very moment something comes out of the room to your right, the room in the west. And a cloud of shadow just slither its way up and against the ceiling, enters this octagonal room, and just rushes towards your torch. And you see, just as it approaches your torch, you're not yet entered that cavernous entrance that leads to another flight of stairs that runs down and down and down. But this shadow slithering against the ceiling, just you have two paws that just forms out of the shadow, coming down from the ceiling, and those two massive jaguar paws made of shadow just grabs onto your torch and just snuff it out. Roll for initiative.
Party or individual?
Group initiative. Okay, you have the initiative. Oh yeah, I'll take the first one.
Okay.
The torch goes out. You're suddenly in pitch darkness. You for a moment, your eyes just take a moment to adapt. You see that there is kind of like a 80% darkness, grayness about the environment, but you can see the outlines of those paws, yeah, and you can see that they're formed before you. A massive quadruped, shadowy thing, a jaguar made of shadow. And
I trust my rapier.
Okay.
Can I use Swordmaster? I have a Swordmaster feature.
Okay, Swordmaster, what does it do? -2 to DR. Okay, so because it's so dark and you're trying to hit at something shadowy, I would have make it a DR 14. But thanks to your sword mastery skills, it goes back to 12. So roll for strength. Ooh, okay, roll damage.
Attack?
But
it's 1d6.
oh, sorry, I said roll strength, but yeah, it was attack. Just roll a d6. Next time you can
It's good
click
to
attack.
do strength instead of attack.
Yeah.
No, don't do attack because it takes your own HP instead of the opponent's
Oh,
HP.
that's why there's this bug. Yeah, roll a d6 now.
Yeah.
Okay. That thing took it. I mean, it responded. You just it goes as if you were going through gum or some kind of like gluey thing. It's half material, and you just stab at it, and and it takes a moment to just suck, rip through it and back, you know, to keep hold of your rapier. And you hear the growl of that thing, you know, echoing through the darkness of that octagonal room. Mr. Three Gates.
Can I shoot at it?
You shoot. Let's go.
Yeah.
Difficulty rating 14.
I roll presence. Bang.
Nice. Okay. There is this flash. For a moment, the whole room goes white. You see again those statues that look super interested now. They are all like turned to look at the action, and the the outline of this shadow jaguar just is outragingly close, and now it's all dark again, and you hear the growl of the beast in pain. Roll for damage. Okay. Now the thing will lash at each of you. The two of you. The both of you roll for agility to dodge the attack. Difficulty rating 14. Okay. Oh man, you guys are doing very well. It jumps here and there, just attack in the both of you. You dodge, you duck. I don't know if there will be a moment for you to reprime and reload your musket at this point. Pat is just whiffing, swinging in the air. Just he attacks everywhere. James is like receded in a corner. Ginny, it's all right. And that's where we are. Roll for initiative for the group. Normally, I don't think in the rules they state that you have to reroll every turn, but I like it. You can shift things around quite a bit.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I think it's just not specified, but I think it makes it more dynamic that you cannot plan.
Yeah. And yes, you lost the initiative this turn. Shadow Jaguar attacks again. Just try to he jumps on one of you, plants his paws, actually attempts to do that. The two of you roll for agility, DR 14. What do? We keep it?
I keep it. Captain, you have 2 devil's log if you want to use one.
Okay, I'll use it. 1.
Okay. You can reroll that, Captain. Spend your devil's log.
Agility?
And reroll agility, yes. Lucky you.
Nice.
The Jaguar jumps onto your body, Mr. Three Gates. It just plants his claws into your chest and squeeze a good bit. Then it just leaps onto Captain FitzRalph, and FitzRalph just ducks, and you go prone and jumps to the side. The Jaguar misses you. Peter, you'll roll a d6. You take 1d6.
Yes, right.
Yeah, Raphe, please, sorry. You take 3 damage. Now roll for toughness, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
There is a cold that goes into your lungs and try to spread into your body. How do you expel it?
I guess I try to exhale to empty my lungs.
Very good. Your turn, guys. Captain, you just dodge and went prone to avoid that attack. Mr. Stapleton, you're on your back, laying on the floor. What do you do, guys?
Can I use Inspiring Leader?
Yeah, definitely. What do you say? How do you inspire the crew?
Come on, it's just a small cat. You can kill it.
That's right, Captain, says Pat the pirate. He just tries to kick with his peg leg in the shadow into emptiness and swings his cutlass at anything around him. Now, the two of you are on the floor.
Yeah, just wondering if the captain can do anything else when he's inspiring, or if it's his turn.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just a shout and yeah.
Okay.
Can totally do something on
I
top.
thrust again in my sword.
All right. Roll for roll strength. Yes, actually.
By the way, yeah, if you do this inspiring leader, you need to roll a d4. That's the power. You should do that. Paris.
Okay, I'll roll.
Nice.
Okay, you got a 4. So now each of us can add or subtract 4 to one roll this fight.
Each of your allies, not him.
And me.
Right, okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So, Captain,
Not that I can do it.
you shout, "This is just a small cat. Yes, just a kitty." And but the pirate, just swings away. You swing away. You try to stab at the shadow. You miss the cat. Peter, Raphe.
Yeah, so I grabbed my axe because I guess my gun is out of bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to, swing it at the paws or the whatever you call those legs.
Cool.
Try to
Yeah, I think this thing is kind of like making some kind of show, walking towards the captain as he insulted it, and its flank towards you, looking away. You hack your axe at it. Roll for strength. +4.
If I want to add the +4, right? It's whenever I want to do once in the fight, I can use the +4.
I see. But it doesn't make sense to use it now. So, brilliant. Roll for damage.
So that's a d6.
Okay. The Jaguar just yells in pain, and something in it just dematerialized, just as if you had hacked a bit of it out of itself. It just grows and grows in stature, and somewhat reconnects with the shadow of the whole architecture, and dematerializes in a growl, mixed pain, mixed intimidation. And that's when you see the glow of torches coming from the eastern exit. You came from the north. To the left, there was a series of steps. You approach that cavernous exit in the south. The Jaguar came from the western room. And from those steps, rushing up, 4 torches approaches, enter the room, lit the room completely with this orange, dark orange, red light that spreads onto this red rock everywhere. And you see 4 Caucasian men, painted black with some kind of suit. All their skin is painted black with some kind of dark substance, something that reminds you the mud that was used on Pat the Pirate. Their hair are just like attached to the back of their heads, and they're dressed with rags and feathers, wild animal skins. They have bone daggers. Each has bone dagger and a torch. And they just fan out like that. And last enters one without a torch. He is a zombie. He has no eyes, just pure darkness there, and just crumbling humanoid shape. You cannot really determine his origins, but he has this feather hat, loads of amulets dangling down everywhere, bracelets, tattoos on that derelict skin, and as well used worn out wild animal skins. And he holds this kind of rattle, and he goes like that mixes with his voice. And the five of them enters the room and starts to fan out and encircle you.
Hi. Who are you guys?
I think James and
What do you
Pat are
want?
just hemmed towards the center of the room. You guys are forced towards the center of the room as they surround you. This sort of zombie shaman, all feathered, just starts to rattle. And the others goes like with their dagger, they point at you with their daggers.
Maybe our zombie leader should talk with their zombie leaders.
Yeah, I try to talk with him in zombie language.
That's right. That tongue, his chanting, is nothing you guys have, I think, ever heard. It's just.
Do they understand us when we speak?
Or they don't
Can
think
we communicate with
to
them?
react that much. The four of them, the four Caucasian guys, painted black, just keep silence. Their lips sealed, and the shaman, this shaman-looking guy, starts to do a dance around you, and he stops to listen at Captain FitzRalph.
I talk to him. He said, "What do you want?"
He comes in, he grabs some kind of powder. It looks like gunpowder of sort, or I don't know, it's black, and he throws it at you, and it just stains you black. And the others goes like they clang their dagger against their torches. And he throws more gunpowder. It's not gunpowder, it's just powdery soot at the four of you.
You want us to cover ourselves with this powder? We can do it. I try to pick some and rub it onto myself.
Okay. At this point, the torches go a bit down. The daggers to the side. They still stand like, legs wide open, ready for anything, They look very interested in what you're doing. The shaman himself takes a few steps back, keeps quiet. Do you keep going?
Yeah, I keep on like putting it all over myself. And like the face as well. Like I assume that's the same thing that is on the face of the 4 other dudes, or does it look similar?
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah,
similar.
then I try to cover myself to look like them.
Captain FitzRalph, do you do it as well?
Yeah, might as well do it.
Okay. Pat follows on. Gems go to do the same, like really like just patches just like really quickly. Then he takes Tini and he goes like, Tini, it's gonna be alright, and he paints her black as well. Then the 4 guys with their daggers, they just come closer to each other towards the northern gate, and they point toward the southern exit, the one that goes further down. And the shaman goes shh, shh.
Can we borrow one of your torches? Do they understand her?
I don't think they understand.
You look at
So, Captain, should we just go down?
You go down, I guess.
those 4 people follow you, not very closely, but 4-6 meters behind you. Make sure that you enter that cavernous entrance leading to that stairway that runs down. It seems like forever, but the torches are behind you, and they don't go too far, but you can see to the end. You can see in darkness. And you see like as if you had those night goggles, like basically. Just you see green.
Nice.
Good.
I reload the musket on the way as well. I still have 5 shots.
Okay. So that trampling down those stairs seems to take forever. You see through the darkness as if it was bright green. It's like as if the sunlight was green. Everything is green. And you go down, and it will take, I don't know, 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes to see any change in the features around. The stairs are pretty level, well made, ancient, worn out, kind of like, wobbly. Not wobbly, but like curved by ages of use. But the walls and the ceiling it's all just hewn straight into the rock. It's just raw. And you go down, and about 20 minutes later, it feels very warm in there. The more you go, you don't know it's because you're sweating, you don't know if because just this powder you've put in there, you're all very warm. You arrive down, being hemmed down into the biggest of the chamber yet you have seen so far. It's a perfect circle of possibly, it's more than 30 meters wide. And there are, once again, 12 columns, about 2 meters away from the wall, from the circular walls. Those columns are humongous. They're possibly like a meter 50 wide each. Everything is beautifully, I use the word, but It looks prestigious. It looks like the heart of the temple or something. There is something else about the detail, the inspiration, the effort that was put into carving so much stories, so much legends and everything in there. So many tiny figures. Everything seems like just nicely detailed and handmade. The door, not the doors. There is no door. It's just a plain, massive. Possibly, I don't know. You don't know. You don't see the. Well, you see because you see in darkness, but it's possibly 15, 20 meters high. It's vaulted, as if you entered like a cathedral. At the center, actually, there are revealed, like recessed. Funnels from each of the like little canals that run from each column towards the center with some kind of dried out black stuff that was poured into each of them, and they go into a big I don't know 5-6 meters wide round slab, the central disc that lays in the ground on the ground, and with a big jaguar skull onto it. And between the two columns on the other side of you, there is a big jaguar sculpture entirely covered with diamonds.
Here's our treasure, Captain.
Let's take the diamond.
There must be
Should we first try to
thousands
make sure
and
there's no...
thousands of diamonds in there. Just pinned on the whole surface of this humongous jaguar sculpture. It's on the other side, so it's like 25 meters away from you.
Check the room first. Any gold?
Yeah, I'm looking around, but not for gold. I'm looking for this weird shadow jaguar thing.
Okay.
You killed it already.
Did I? I don't know. It like kinda vanished, but I'm not sure it's dead.
It is definitely
You wanna
walking
shoot it?
between the columns and behind, around in a wide circle between the walls and the columns. It just appears, goes behind the column, appears after the next one, and so on, and just sprawl. You know, it roams and sprawl around like that. The priest and the four guys are behind you. They arrive in the room after you. What do you do? Where are you headed?
The jaguar statue.
Yeah, I'm like staying at the back of the room and aiming at the like jaguar shadow that's still there.
Okay. It seems pretty hard to define its actual location, as it can basically merge with shadow anywhere and reappear in any other, location where there is shadow. So it's to your left. You see it coming around you, and then it's on the other side of the room, going the other way. Then you see a shape in the ceiling. It's a bit everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah, that makes me panic. I don't want to be left alone, so I run to the captain and follow him closely.
Try to pick out the diamonds.
So you approach the sculpture.
Yeah.
Those thousands of diamonds are encrusted into it. You try to prick one out. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't give as easily, but with a cracking sound, You have an actual diamond in your palm, between your fingers. However you want to have that diamond, it's yours. You hold it.
Toss it to Pat. I toss it to Pat.
You toss it to Pat?
Guys. Yeah, they were rich.
He grabs it. Come on. This is true. James, you didn't know what you were talking about. The legend is true. This is the treasure. Captain Jaguar. Yeah, it exists. We're rich. Even with that diamond alone, I could live like a king. And look how many of them.
Can we pick up the statue?
The statue is just too big. It's twice the size of a normal Jaguar.
Oh, okay.
We've just gone down like 1,000 steps as well. For 20 minutes we're walking down.
Yeah. Take how much you can and let's get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still looking at this weird Jaguar shadow that's turning across the room, and I'm feeling uncomfortable. Like I can't focus on the diamonds.
Okay.
Make a presence test, Captain FitzRalph. Well, you see that you're not the first one who has picked out diamonds there. There are actual. There's so many of them. It doesn't appear obvious at first glance, but when you're close and you pick more, you see that they are already missing diamonds, and you realize that, and you see now that the four cultists, let's call them that, and the shaman, they don't seem to be startled in any way by you picking a couple of diamonds here and there. They're just prepping something. You see that they've pulled some. They've pulled 4 bowls, little cups, like round plates, ceramic bowls, and they're grinding some stuff in it. And then they pour some water in it. Then you hear a commotion in the stairs. And you see 2 guys coming with a big bucket to carry.
Are they shaman guys as well? Or?
Yes, same type. 2 more cultists. They have those carved bone daggers. They carry this big bucket, weighty, filled with something in it. Meanwhile, the 4 other cultists are grinding, preparing their mixture, pouring some liquid in it, a bit of water from some kind of flasks they had. And the shaman, just waits, confident. And Pat and James, they go like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea. What the fuck are they doing? Who are you people? Speak English? English?
Captain, do you trust them?
I think they're setting up a trap.
Yeah, I have no idea if they're doing something like for themselves or for us. Like, I don't know what are these balls they're feeling or what. I have no clue what's going on.
And grab the shaman.
You grab the shaman to do what?
Yeah, and say, Tom, what are you up to?
He answers. He doesn't resist as such, you know, like he lets himself grabbed, you know, and still hold his rattle and stuff. And his hands are covered with his suit. And he answers in that weird Indian tongue. Something unintelligible. But he keeps repeating the same motif, like as if he was calling a name or something. And these other cultists, you see that they hush, they whisper this name again when he mentions it. The shadow of the Jaguar trembles when that name is called.
Get my rapier ready. Tell Pat to get his sword ready. And you get your gun ready.
What's up, Captain?
I have the gun.
You sure what you're doing? What's going on? You're making ready.
I think we're going to be ambushed.
The two guys that came late, they start to pour blood into each of those little canals, and blood rushes through those grooves into the main slab in the middle, and the open mouth, the
Mount, yeah.
The mouth. The Jaguar's mouth is open, and blood pours into it. And the thing just dematerialized, becomes a dark hole with some kind of swirling green eldritch power in there, as if it formed a well.
And meanwhile, the Jaguar shadow is still just going around the room.
Mm-hmm.
I try to step as far away from the well as possible.
Okay.
I try to throw the shaman into the well. See what it is.
You throw the guy in the hole? Okay.
Yeah, throw the shaman in the hole.
Okay. I think you'll have to grab him and pull him by force, and then throw him. Roll a strength, DR 14. Okay. He resists when he sees that you want to push him over there. He resists, pushes you away, and that's when he starts to rattle and start a song. Then the Jaguar shadow just grows and sort of like demultiply. And there is many of them just sprawling against the walls around the whole of the room behind the columns. The guys have finished to pour their thing. They just stand back now near the exit, and the four first cultists have each of them readied their little cups. They don't seem very alarmed by the fact that you've tried to throw their chief or whatnot in that swirling well of dark energy or whatnot. And they hand those cups over to you guys, towards you.
So is there anything in the cups?
Blood.
Yes. There's a
okay.
green, weirdish liquid in there.
Okay. And have they now filled all of these grooves, or is there some that don't
Yeah,
have
all the
anything?
grooves have been filled. The guys have came with their bucket. They filled the grooves with blood. They did the round.
So now they expect us to drink whatever is this green liquid, right?
So it seems.
Drink up. Let's see what happens. I'll take the first drink.
Yeah, I don't trust them, but I don't see that we can do much. Like, there's quite a few of them. There's the weird Jaguar.
Yeah.
I'll drink.
I'll drink.
Captain FitzRalph, roll a d6 to know how many diamonds you managed to prick. Not bad. 4 heavy duty, 100% homemade diamond, real stuff. Worth. The quality is so pristine. I think they're worth 1,000 silver each. You drink that shit. But the pirate goes, no way.
Add it to my sheet.
Say? Don't worry, you know. You'll know that. You'll know forever
Add it
that.
to my sheet. The 4,000 silver.
Yeah. Well, just remember that. You know, in a couple minutes, it's all over, mate. You're rich.
Okay.
You drink that liquid. You don't know if it's phosphorescent or if it's just your night vision that makes it this way. But the pirate goes like, whatever it takes. Hell with you all. Love you guys. He drinks that. James goes, no, this cannot be it. I mean, we're not pigs, like, we're not experiments. I mean, come on. Teeny, what are we doing? Should I do it? Raphe, Mr. FitzRalph, really? Is that the only way out? Oh, fuck it. He swallows it.
That's
drink.
maybe the quickest way out.
Swallows it. Everyone swallows that.
I guess it's a way out one way or another.
The pain is extreme. The shadows, they multiply around you. The rattling, the chanting just intensifies. Everything gets in at Lovecraft level of madness. You're in the center of a swirling universe. Those columns that just start to melt with the shadow. Jaguars everywhere. And the chanting of these zombie Indian priests goes on. And the pool of energy in the middle of the room is magnetic. Those priests form a circle around you, all those jaguar shapes encircle you, you're surrounded. And you see 4 daggers, bone daggers pointing towards the pool. What do you do?
So, do they expect us to go and jump in there?
Might as well jump.
Yeah. I mean, it's either jump or fight, I suppose, right?
Yeah. We jump. I'll jump.
All right. Following you, Captain.
At this very moment, a parrot enters the room flying. That very parrot that followed you all along. And he goes, "You guys are mad! You should have swallowed those! You should have swallowed! No! No! You never come back! I'd rather be a parrot! and be lost forever. And one of those priests just throw the dagger at the parrot, and a paw of shadow, just comes and grabs it, and he's yanked into and dragged into the shadow. The parrot, so just a couple of feathers disappears, just fall into the pool of swirling energy, just completely disintegrate. The parrot is no more. You step towards the pool. This swirling mix of green eldritch energy mixed with shadow. Do you enter?
Yeah.
I guess following you, Captain.
You enter the portal. You just fall through the night sky. You're in space. It's 2001 Space Odyssey. You see just the stars are going away from you. You're in this tunnel of interdimensional, travel, and the stars are rushing up, and you fall, until you look ahead, and you see those stars coming in, and this thing shapes into a tunnel of light, until it's so intense that it turns into total darkness, silence, immobility, emptiness, void. Nothing before, nothing after. Some kind of little you is there. You have no sense of time, but something wakes you up. There is this. Come on! Come on! Everyone on deck! Everyone on deck! All crew to your position! All crew to your position! Hey, up you go! Up you go! You wake up. You're in a hammock. In the middle of a lower deck. It's a big ship. It's a big she. It's possibly galleon size. Crew deck. But there are loads of those hammocks, and the whole crew is just stand up. They jump from their hammock. They grab their gear, machin. Everyone is running to their stations.
Do we see each other in there, or are we like alone?
All right, you see each other.
Okay.
But the pirate, of course, does this kind of what the fuck? Blah! He lands straight on the floor. James is like, what the hell? What the hell? He has his little doll. You're not black.
Captain, do you still have these diamonds with you? Does the captain still have his diamond
He does.
in his pocket?
Yes. 4 diamonds, as pristine and pure as they can be. Dozens.
Split the 4 diamonds.
You split? Okay, you already do the split. That's such a good man.
Do
you split with James as well, or just between Pat and us two?
With James as well. So 4 and 4, right?
Okay. There is a massive commotion all around. Dozens of crew members, dozens of mates are rushing to their stations, to the upper decks. And you see the bosun. You see the bosun with his whistle. He finishes to whistle. There's a series of special whistles, like to indicate some kind of orders. Hey, you 4, up you go, up to your stations, quick, let's go.
I go out on the deck just to see if we're still on the island or not. like around.
You go up one deck. It's where the cannons are, the broadsides. Everyone's getting the whole. There are like, I don't know how many cannons on a galleon. It's possibly, I don't know, possibly a 20 broadsides. So that's more than 40 cannons, total. Maybe more. I think you think it's a big she. Yeah, it's really like the proper. You have the, ships, and you've rarely seen a galleon, but the one time you see it, you just remember everything you can remember as a mariner, as a sailor, as a pirate. You have the eyes for those things. You're inside a big galleon, and it's definitely a pirate ship. Those guys are just ragged, just have cutlasses, they have slit eyes, they have the whole, it's the whole pirate atmosphere. They're making those cannons ready. You go one deck more, some people they're gathering some rigging and doing some game with the rigging upstairs and bringing some gunpowder down, and some men are just passing the muskets, and they're all rushing on the upper deck. You arrive on the upper deck. Outside, you see that it's an overcast day. There is a strong wind. Everything is just happening so quick. Loads of people, loads of those mates are gathering on the rails, ready their muskets. Crews running up the shrouds, putting the rigging, doing the whole, the whole pirate getting ready for an attack. And you see, there's a quartermaster ordering stuff. Your bosun just, allez guys, allez, up, come on. He tries to whistle you up. He's trying to push you ahead. And you see on the poop deck, against the rail, standing proud, looking through a spyglass, you see a big man, all in black leather, black gloves, black hat, black feather, black beard. You can see his eyes because he has one eye closed and a long spyglass. And he looks out, this big spyglass, and you look in the direction of the spyglass and you see a Spanish color, a galleon, another galleon.
Do we know the name of the captain? Can we hear it?
Yes, you can. Because that bosun behind you, like, just rams you over towards the captain. Hey, you two! Hey, the fresh recruits! Captain Jaguar! Captain Jaguar! Here, we have the two, those four, the new recruits that just freshly landed that night. And the guy just goes like, just, sleeves his spyglass, puts a hand on the rail, looks at you. Well, how timely, ain't it? Look at them. Welcome on board the Black Poe. Fellas, seems you've just made it on time for the taking of that Spanish dog over here. Get ready to board those bastards. Off you go. And you see that the ship itself had made a good distance, it was like full sails, the whole thing like a fortress, just rushing, surfing over the sea towards that galleon that is now at range. And Captain Jaguar just orders you two, get ready for boarding. Hey, you two, you four, allez, recruits, go. What do you do?
Confused.
Say, Paras?
I guess I'm confused. I said, get ready for boarding, I guess.
Raphe?
I'll get my sword ready. Get my sword ready.
So, I mean, you're still my captain, but I feel like, there's only the four of us that are completely lost on a random boat here, so there's not much we can do. We can't really, start to, mutiny or whatever. So, yeah, I guess I follow you as well. Confused as well, but I guess I get my boarding axe.
You see dozens of other pirates who had a life of their own. They've got their scars, they've got their peg legs, they've got their slit eyes, they've got their hooks, they've got their cutlasses, they've got the whole gear, their bandanas and their tricorns and whatnot. They wink at you, the new recruits. And you hear behind you, you see the galleon, the Spanish galleon just approaching, there will be like an exchange in just a matter of seconds, both ships will just shoot at each other. And you hear the voice of Captain Jaguar on his deck shouting, "Fire!" And then everything just goes, That's it. That's us.
Nice. So is that how he recruits his crew, like through this weird ritual thing? That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's I wasn't expecting that ending at all. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The dungeon was like an Indiana Jones kind of, the Indiana Jones movies?
Yes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of dungeon.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I liked it as well. It was really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole Inca Aztec theme. Yeah, I guess I grew up on Indiana
also,
Jones, so I guess, yes. As with Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, I saw three.
Pirates. Was it Polanski? Pirates?
Yeah, Roman Polanski's Pirates.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had fun. I think that was challenging. Yeah, that was challenging.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't
you did great.
overdoing it. It's a fine balance between opening the space and keeping things moving.
I think that was good. Also because there's only two of us. Like I think that was great. Like I mean, I don't have that much experience, but I felt it was very nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Barras, you surprised me.
Like,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I wanted to say that Barras, you surprised me a lot because you're reckless, man. It's like there is a shadow moving, I kill it. There is a growl, I attack. I'm getting ready.
My favorite is like if anybody shows any signs of weakness, you just want to like cut their throat right away. Yeah. Like someone feels a bit sick. Well,
yeah,
I just cut their head off.
Captain FitzRalph, ruthless. So did you learn anything?
Yeah.
For your first game, for instance, what did you anticipate, and what did you not see coming? And for instance, Edward.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my favorite part was when there were some kind of puzzles of things like that, or I could try to think a bit out of the box, you know, like to avoid the traps, for example, by pressing the things or whatever. Like, you know, these kind of things I found were like really, really fun. I really like these parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think the very first session, which was just like big fight, you know, big boat fights, then boarding, then fighting on the deck or what's like it's really nice for the team, but I found it less engaging because it was more like, you know, attack, avoid, or evade or stuff like that. Like it.
So you prefer interacting
less,
with the environment?
Yeah, I found that very fun. Yeah. Yeah, I found like this, for example, today's session was excellent. I really liked the second session that had the riddle. Like those were the part that I really enjoyed, for example.
Cool. Okay.
I thought it was, really, really, really fun. I guess it's some, you know, personal preference, but that's really the things that resonate with me.
Nice. I see. Yes. Paras, what did surprise
you? I thought you were.
Yes, Edouard. Yeah, go on, please.
No, yeah, I just wanted to say I thought you were excellent at setting up, or like, you know, dressing up the scene, describing how the things were. Like, you know, it was always very clear what was happening. Like I like that a lot as well.
Okay.
And all the rooms, all the environments, or what, they kind of had their own personality. You know, it was not like the same room copy pasted after one another. So that was really great. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. It's tough to do that. One needs really to be there, to feel, to go into into his imagination, and it's not always there. It's not always working. So then you have random tables, you have the game mechanics to help you assist. But if you can already in your mind be somewhere, then that should like for instance, the whole remember you were on this high plateau that opens into that crater filled with a jungle. I didn't write that. I improvised that on the spot. I didn't know what's
nice.
how you're going to get back to where I wanted to have you, and I was like, that happened because Pat was walking on his two. He had his cane, his peg leg, and he was like 25 meters ahead, and then shoop. And I surprised myself. I didn't know where he fell. And you said, we approach, okay. And I was like, I had like 5 seconds to figure out, shit, how does it look? Where did he fell? And then I was like, yeah, there's a crater there. Yeah, that was volcanic. So, okay, there's a crater, and now it's filled with a jungle. Let's go. You know, so that was...
Okay, I thought that was always planned because of the moon shape that was like crater size and stuff like that. But that's
I
awesome.
had not
like,
planned
you were really
every
good at making this stuff happen.
Yes, no, some things... I think because that's the kind of game as well, I left that some parts open. You know?
Yeah, but it felt very organic, I thought, so that was great.
Okay. And Paras, what did surprise you? There was a while, yeah. You played like years back, yeah. That was it's a coming back for you, yeah.
Back, yeah. The tone of the game changed from like a combat style game to like a survival style game. That's what surprised me. You know, like first it was like, you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean combat style, and then it became like Indiana Jones style game, like, you know, where you're trying to survive the elements and all that stuff. And, you know, like the bleakness of the land. It's a little bit like a horror movie too added into it, you know, like the bleakness of the land and, you know, like horror elements. You know.
Yes. Yeah, it's a weird mix. This game it's that, it's a bit of Lovecraft mixed in with Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, so that's a world that it's very malleable. Yeah, it's very plastic. You can put a bit of this. You can go into the whimsical, the funny. You can go into the horror, terrific, even cosmic entities and stuff. You can go into the dark. You can go into the adventurous. You can go into the stupid. You can go. I think we touched a bit on every aspect of the game as well. That was I think you guys picked on pretty well. When we swapped mood, I think you adapted pretty well. That was cool to see.
Was there any cues that you gave that we didn't act upon that you were disappointed on? Or?
No, not at all. I was expecting possibly a bit more, but maybe I wasn't as responsive as I wanted myself to be with God. With this character, I thought we could explore more that relationship between your characters and that guy. But that's as well my cryptic way of answering your questions. Say?
Yeah. No, it's still somewhat muddy, exactly who he is, how he ended up there and stuff like that. Like, I think it wasn't fully resolved, but that's the point. I assume that, he was that type of guy that didn't give clear answers.
But it's, for instance, it's something I had already prepared, but didn't use. So you see, there are things that have an impact that you have not prepared, and there are things that have no impact and that you have prepared. I see. Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
How about the pigeon that was thrown? This guy that released the pigeon. What was the idea about the whole thing? Like, I was expecting that someone would kind of come and backstab us for the treasure or something like that.
Yes, that's what I had planned.
Obviously, it doesn't fit in.
I changed the ending. I changed the ending between last session and this session. But before, maybe somewhat you were supposed to make it out with the treasure. And upon exiting the island and crossing the storm, the magical storms, you would be ambushed by, you were right, Paras, by a bunch of British because what was his name? Lotran had betrayed you. Yeah, he actually sent the homing pigeon to the British. And maybe he actually did. Maybe the British are still waiting on the other side,
I thought... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, this new ending is perfect. I liked it a lot. But I'm thinking, the British might still be there waiting for us when we will never get out because, of the way things turned out.
And I forgot something actually massive and very, very atmospheric. I have to say it because I think it was a great idea, and it's stupid that I forgot about it. I have my notes now on a special screen, and I don't watch them like always. I don't watch my notes. But I had ready that there's another room in the temple that you I made a mistake. Anyway, there was another room that you were meant to come across with. In fact, they had tables there with ink and quills and everything to write down stuff, and they had like many versions of the same map that you had, with the riddle, with the constellation on it, and they had rolled like at different stages of their making, like just the parchment, then only the map, then the map with the stars, then the map and the stars and the riddle, then it's rolled up, then it's packed in a bottle, then it's corked, and those bottles, like they were baits basically.
Yeah.
They had a whole business of baiting pirates on this treasure island. to in fact hire the crew of Captain Jaguar.
Mm.
It's stupid.
I didn't see that come at all. That was really good.
Yes. I don't know. I was looking for something like, okay, who cares? You know, they will. You know, it will be the last session. How could we? Because what? They will be rich. They make it. Well, even if they were trapped by the British, that could have been. That was my first idea of a kind of a twist. Like you escape, you make it out with the treasure, and the British are there. But it was like, it wasn't such a twist compared to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because of the pigeon earlier, we were kind of expecting it, like, you know, because we had heard of that, right?
Yeah, that would have
So
been
it
a
wouldn't
confirmation.
really have felt like a twist, more like the natural continuation. Yeah,
that's right.
but that was the perfect twist.
Okay.
Cool. But guys, but thank you for joining me. I don't know if there will be other pirate games. I have other projects. There is a campaign of the One Ring starting next month. I'm starting a werewolf next week. I think I need a third game. I think I'd like to run 3 campaigns parallel. We'll see. But anyway, fair play to you too. Welcome back and welcome in to the role-playing realm. I hope you go for more and forever.
Sure.
Because this is freedom land for free between us. It's just, yeah, role-playing game. So with love. See you around.
Bye.
Thanks, Eddie.
See you, Edward. Bye, Edward.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Paris.
Thank you
Bye,
both.
guys.
Bye, Edward. Bye, Paras. Good night. Good day.
Bye.
See you next time.